Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am going to get this computer up.
We are live.
For Bill. Here we go. And then I will get this up on my laptop. And then we'll be ready to go. So the weather here has taken a cold turn. And Izzy did not want to go out today.
She did not. I mean, this morning she looked at me. She looked out the door, turned back and looked at me. Welcome.
Oh, we're on review. Sorry. I didn't have my volume off. She looked back at you and then what?
I made her go out the door. She didn't want to. She was like, what?
Well, my cousin called me and said, it's snowing out there. And I said, it's not snowing here. She says, wait 10 minutes. We were talking. 10 minutes later, I said, it's snowing out there. I did not want to see the snow. So, hello. Oh, I thought I had it.
Thought I had it gone.
All right, let's see. I see Marcia and Jackie and Jean. Welcome,
Sherry
you guys.
Hi, Jackie.
There's Jean Orwig, too. Jean Shoot.
Speaking of Jackie, I put Happy Mail in the mailbox today.
For Jackie.
I think
Woohoo!
that was one of the names, yeah.
All right. We like Happy Mail. Hi, Lori. Hi, Cindy. Nick is on. So, okay. I've been kind of doing things different where I start with our drawing from last week at the beginning of the show, and then I do the announcements at the end. That way people aren't hanging out forever and ever. So these were the cards that we made last week. They're so stinking cute. Can you guys see all of that fun goodness? So if you shared this video last week, your name got into the drawing for this week. And we'll do the same thing at the end of this video after we make the card. Share the video this week and your name will get into next week's drawing. So,
how many people we got tonight?
There was 40 shares on the one. I had like 7 off of YouTube and
oh, wow.
Yeah, and then 3 off of the second one. So all the names are in there. There's 42. We'll shake them up. Ugh, kind of rocking the boat here. Can you draw out 2 names, please?
1, 2.
Okay.
Ooh, here's a new one. Beverly. I can't say her last name.
Oh,
Folk.
Beverly Folk. Yeah. What do you mean you can't say it?
Yeah, never mind.
Okay. So actually, Beverly, I have her address already. So you won one of last week's card for sharing my video. So thank you so much.
Oh, and France.
Oh, and France. Woohoo, France.
Hey, France. You want to just send that card right back to me? It's so pretty.
Did you hear him? He said send it back to him because it's so pretty. It is a really pretty card. And it's just a fun technique, which I have another technique card tonight. So
Another technique?
Yeah. It's maybe not as... It's different than that one. It is it's an embossed inlay. So we're going to do an inlay card. So if you're new to us tonight, please be sure to like and follow us. And say hello on here and let us know where you're from. Bill tries to watch the comments and see if there's anyone new. So I'm going to set this aside.
Hi, Deb Norman.
Can you put that up there? I met Deb.
You met Deb at
Onstage.
Onstage.
Yeah. So tonight I wanted to bring in a classic. This is the Cottage Rose. It is a bundled set, so when you buy the dies, the matching dies to the stamp set, you end up saving 10%. And I'm also going to use, for one die, the Scallop Contours dies. And we are going to use this sentiment, the best wishes. Now, this card that I'm making can be convertible. Do you want to... Well, I'll just take this here. I want to show them one other thing. There's paper that goes with this that we're going to be using also. So there's all different kinds of paper in here in these neutral colors. And the one that I picked, in fact, I think I didn't cut it. So I better get that out, is this one. It on one side it's got kind of a crumb cake, and on the other side it's our slate gray, and I chose this neutral palette because I'm going to be making a wedding card. And while I'm thinking about it, I might as well just pull this out and we'll just cut this paper. So I need 3 7/8 by
that part of the base?
5 1/8. Yes. I just didn't have the paper cut ahead of time.
Okay.
And so I talked about the paper, but I didn't actually name it, did I? No. So if anyone needs to know, this is in our annual catalog, and this is the Abigail Rose designer series paper. Yep, Abigail Rose. So this was 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 piece of DSP. And let me pull out the card base. This card base is our thick basic white, and I always do the thick when I'm doing a card base with white instead of our regular basic white, just because it's a little more sturdy. And so we'll go ahead and make that base. Okay, and then I have a slate gray piece of cardstock that I want to mat this on. So I always like to start with my background and then I go to my foreground. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and again 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it just gives that 1/8 inch border. This card does not take very long. I mean, it's a very simple concept card. It'll take me longer to explain how to do this than it will actually be to make the card. Very, very simple card.
Hi, Beverly.
So even some of the more experienced stampers, was that Bev Folk?
Yep.
All right.
Beverly.
Well, congratulations, Beverly. You won the drawing. So I will be sending you the card from last week. Okay, now after I have this done, let me grab, we have the gray granite, but it matches so perfectly with this. It gives just enough color. So I thought, I'm going to do this. I want to use this on here. One of the things that I like to do is I like to adhere it down with some seal. So I'm just going to kind of judge where I think maybe the middle is going to be. And then hook it on and come across. Whoops. Well, how about if I actually hook it instead of, there we go. This time I stuck it and come across here. Now, if you wanted to, you could do a faux bow on this. I don't. I just wanted that little bit of shimmer that this ribbon offers. It is a 1/4 inch wide and it is a shimmer ribbon. So it just gives that little bit. And I thought, since this is going to be kind of a neutral card.
Kind of shiny, kind of soft.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Kind of shiny, kind of soft. Yep.
So, and then I'm almost out of glue on this. We'll see if I can get.
There's another one right there.
I know. But I want to see. I try to push these things to the very last little bit.
Oh, come on. You cut open your toothpaste and scrape it out.
What are you saying? I'm a cheapskate?
Nope.
You better not be saying that. Okay.
Make sure her money goes all the way.
I do. You should be appreciative of that.
I am.
Okay. So I'm going to give this time to adhere down and really set up good. And then we'll start in on the next part, because the next part is, it's very simple. And when I show you, you're going to see how simple it is. But it has a neat bang for the buck. I just want to make sure that that's in there. So
all these ladies do that too.
What?
Cut open the toothpaste and scrape it out.
all of them. Come on, Bill.
About 4 of them.
So I told you I was using that contour scallop dies, and I used that middle one. It's kind of one of the more popular ones. And then with that, with the what's the name of that set? The Cottage Rose. I used this die. I chose this die on purpose. Now my original idea was not going to be using this in the way that I am. I kind of keep, you know how you get in that creative mode and then you come up with something? So when I ran it through just a piece of basic white. So I ran it through at the same time. I cut this out as I ran this through the die cut. Pretty easy, right? I told you this would be something that anybody can do. So we're going to start here, and then I also used that floral die, and I ran it through again with that same die cut in a basic gray. Now, I was using slate gray on here, but this is a basic gray to cut out that image. Okay, and this is what we're going to inlay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet, and I'm going to flip this over. We sell a product. This is called multi-purpose. It's adhesive sheets, okay? And these come in, what is this? 6 by 12-inch sheets. And does it say how many it has in here? Quantity 6, or quantity 12. So I cut it down to the size that I'm going to be working with. Now I do want you to know, they do have a section here that makes it very easy to peel up. See, it says peel here, but when you're cutting this down, there's a whole nother section, and that I don't let go to waste. It just takes a little bit harder to peel, but it works. So this is very thin, and I really want to make this very clear. Very, very thin double-sided tape. This is great when you're adding things to your project's little thin die cuts, and you cut them out, you know, with this, but we're not going to be doing it quite that way. We're doing something a little different. So you're going to peel off one side, and since this has this excess, I'm going to have to peel this off or cut it off. There we go. Did you see how thin that cut off? Like, I don't know if the camera showed it or not. Let me get that off of me. But this stuff is super, super thin. And so the more you touch with it and mess with it, the more it rips off. So be very careful. You want to hold just the edges. And I'm just going to go over my project piece. Now, the reason I set it down on the silicone mat is because it doesn't matter if this stuff hits underneath here. It's not going to stick to it, okay? So now this isn't, it's got sticky on this side. So inlay, I'm going to take this, and I found that the very best way to do this is to start at the bottom. Take your time when you're inlaying this. Follow this around, but again, you do not want to touch any sticky that's on there. So this is when it's a good thing to have take your pick tool. You can use whatever you want. This flat end edge works best for me because I want to stick this down in all of the corners. The reason why is because we're going to stick embossing powder in this, and it will stick to that. And if it's not stuck down, then the edges peel up.
Oh, I know. I'm watching. I'm sorry.
So,
new technique, people say.
yes. So very carefully stick that right into place. And if you have to come back, come back. But was that like a Yoda sound that you just made?
No.
Oh, I just thought that sounded like Yoda.
Nope.
Okay. See, I just did what I told you not to do. It's hard doing it up here. I'm used to stuff closer to me when I'm doing it myself. But the reason why I don't want to touch that is because it sticks to your finger and it comes off. So sometimes coming right back in here, here we go. Make sure that edges are pushed down. It's important. is when it pulls that up, it tends to stick to your finger. Okay, I think I've got it. So hard to tell with it so far away from me, but now take your embossing buddy and you want to come around the edges. Don't necessarily go into the, but you can be quite liberal with it around the edges, into the glue. However, I like to take the edge and try to come in here. Let me see if I can.
In between the flowers?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't.
What did I call that? The static-o-matic?
He called this.
I couldn't think of what
he couldn't think of what it was, so he was saying the static. Where's your static-o-matic? I love that you come up with names for stuff. Okay, so go around that. It seems like, ooh, is she going to get that in there? But trust me on this. So.
Ooh, time to get the emboss. You want me to start heating this up?
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
So here's a couple things. I want you to have a small little brush available. I've got silver embossing powder and your heat tool, and I've got it ready to go. So, pulling this off, I have just plain silver emboss powder in here. Once you get this on, lightly tap that into that glue. I'm not doing it really hard because obviously I'm not holding it underneath here, so I'm just lightly tapping it. Okay, shake off the excess, come back with your little brush where your static-o-matic, as he calls it, didn't get. And we're just going to brush off this little excess. You can see the powder stuck in there. Okay. What are you giggling about?
Oh, Fran said it'll be forever called the static-o-matic.
Static-o-matic, yeah, you labeled it now. Okay. And I'm going to pull that off there. See, I had gotten a little bit of glue on there. Okay, now do not cover this up. We're going to use it again. So from the back side, I'm going to heat this, and I'm going to try to do this with the camera so you can see it. Can you see it?
I can see it changing.
Okay.
But that won't melt the backing?
Nope. I'm moving that constantly. Now run it through again while it's hot. It won't melt the backing. Go again. While that's still hot, and again, I'm going to have to go here because I've got
a bunch of wows.
Okay.
It's like magic.
Yeah. There we go. See, it's getting into those corners.
I like that. Oh, I see that.
And then down here. Okay. There you go. And you could probably go again, but I got the areas up in the corners that I couldn't get. So it's still warm, so I'm going to let that cool while I put this back. And I'm going to pull out. So again, that was adhesive sheets. And I've got a little bitty nard over here. And I swear by these, you guys. This is a sand eraser. I got it off of, it's a Tombow. Says mono on it for ink. And when you get a little something on your project, it's like got a sand texture to it. I got this off of Amazon, and it will, there we go.
Well, Cindy posted on there that it's on page 127 of the annual.
What is?
Your sticky sheets.
Oh, the sticky sheets. Well, thank you, Cindy.
In the U.S. catalog.
Yes. Okay, so give that just a minute here. All right, I want basic gray, and I'm going to take that Best Wishes stamp now that we did and ink that up fairly good. except for I'm going to take, I had a little halo effect. I got a little stampy. So I have a little halo effect here. And I'm just going to stamp this up at the top. Best wishes. I love that font on that. So that was the basic gray. I used the slate gray underneath, but I want this to be the focal point. I'll put that away. So leave that backing on. Do not take that backing off. If you pull that off now, you will rip all that embossing away. So do not do that. Just leave the backing on. We're going to take way more dimensionals than what you need, but I am one of those people.
Don't like to have bridging.
I don't. I want it to be
no sag.
No sag, exactly. So you thoroughly do not need this many.
Well, they said it on camera. It popped really good.
Did it?
Yes.
So let's get off these backings here. So then I want to talk about embellishments. So it's just a simple card. Now imagine this in maybe a different DSP. Imagine it with a different color. I got this stuff stuck to me now. And this could be a sympathy card. It wouldn't have to, just because I did kind of a, am I even on here? I can't even tell. I think I am. Okay. So this has no color other than the grays and the white, which I normally totally love. But I wanted a little color. And I was looking, when I first looked at this, I thought, okay, I'm going to do this monochromatic thing, and I'm going to use these, and let me pull them out because I put them away. These little silver pearls, these are the red and green adhesive backed pearls, and they have these silver ones, but it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't enough for me. So then I remembered something that I love, and I hate the fact that these could potentially go away, but these are the pastel pearls. Now
go away.
Well, every couple of years they change things up. Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. So I thought I'm gonna do this in pink, and I did do my first one in pink, but the second one I think I'm gonna do in purple because I'm channeling Jean Shoot. So we can do, let's do one here, and of course, she would have gone with the bright purple, knowing her.
The bottom color is Jean Shoot's color.
Yeah, she would have gone with the gorgeous grape. You know.
What color did you use?
Well, this is probably the Highland Heather, I would suppose.
Heather.
But let me just show you what it looks like. Now, this is my interpretation. Here's the pink. They're both extremely pretty. It just depends on, you know, your color palette. And if you knew their color palette, because actually this one here goes really well too, but if you knew their color palette, you can always use any of our pearls and any of our blends markers, and you can get whatever color you like. But I think that, I'm hoping you guys can see this, the shimmer in that is really pretty, and this one with the little pink on there. So that was our demo for tonight, and I hope you like it. It's this neat little inlay and then that embossing using those adhesive sheets. Stick around if you want to hear some of the announcements, because there's a big sale starting tomorrow.
Big sales. A
couple big sales. So there is the end of year or end of catalog sale going on. It's the last chance. It's out of the mini catalog. It starts tomorrow. There are like 4 pages of items.
Oh, is that what you were looking at on your computer the other day?
Yeah, that I was trying to get. There's like some items. I posted it, if you're in the VIP group, in my VIP group, I posted it in there so you guys can see what it is. That'll start at midnight Mountain Time. So that would be 1 a.m.
Central.
Yeah, that'd be 1 a.m. Central Time here if you're in Iowa.
I think I'll look at it in the morning because I'm going to go to sleep.
I'll be pre-ordering, so
Oh,
I'll be up. But so that's going on. Plus, on top of that, they're having a clearance rack refresh. So, and as you guys know, if any of you who have been around, it's kind of first come, first serve. I will say that they are not anything off of this. When it goes, when it's sold out, it's sold out. They're just not restocking it. So, what else do I have? Sign up for my newsletter. I'm doing a not very good job at getting those out, but I'm trying to. So I will probably have one go out tonight for tomorrow. Any of these products that you saw tonight, if you would like to purchase them, you can purchase them from my website. Please use my host code if
is that new?
This is a new host code, yes.
Yeah, because it starts with a K. The last one didn't.
Yeah, yep. And for all orders that are under $149. And remember, I do have a perks program. So if you are every $35 purchase per purchase earns you a letter to the name Piccadilly. And once you get all 10, you get a $25 shopping spree on me. I pay the shipping and handling and the tax on that. So
Beth Ann's not going to be up with you. She says she's waiting until later because it's 2 a.m. where she lives. So it goes.
Beth Ann, you're not going to be with me on that? She probably has to work in the morning. So I'll be sleeping tomorrow because I'll be up ordering the pre-order. So were there any questions or anything, Bill?
They love the card.
No questions?
I didn't see it. Well, the one question that was asked was answered by the group about what page it was on.
Oh, that adhesive. Okay.
About 4 people posted where the answer was.
Okay. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. I will not be having a parfait this week. I will be out of town at a doctor's appointment, so I will not be having one. And if Bev Folk is still on, you also earned a perks. I think she's got a $50 reward. Bev Folk.
Bev Folk?
She
still
was on here. Okay. Yeah. So just let me know what you would like, and I would love to give that to you. So have a great evening, you guys. I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.